Thank you very much. We have a special treat in store for you now. Be sure and ask them about their trip to Sweden. Our very own Ambiance! I ain't misbehaving, no, I'm saving my love for you, oh honey. No one to talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take you back into the 1930s and introduce you to Thomas Fats Waller, a great big round man who wrote over 400 fantastic jump and jive tunes about living and loving and leaving them. And honey, we're only going to sing 250 of them for you tonight. So sit back, relax while we do Ain't Misbehaving. And I ain't either. You buy that stuff. Well, like Jack Horner. Baby, believe me, I know for certain the one that I love. I'm through with flirting, it's you I am thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. I'm saving my love for you. Da-da-da, like Jack Horner in a corner. Don't go nowhere, what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. But while we're waiting, I don't know, baby. I'm almost about it, just me and the radio. I ain't misbehaving. Daddy, I can explain the whole thing. Ain't misbehaving. One never knows, do one. Ain't misbehaving. I'm saving my love for you. That's why I'm looking so good, feeling so bad. Ra-da-da-da-da-da, looking good but feeling bad from grieving over you. Looking good to hide those bitter blues. Weary days and lonely nights, I'm waiting here for you, hoping that my love you won't refuse. Ro-do-do-do-do-do, ro-do-do-do-do, ro-do-do-do-do-do, ra-da-da-da-da-da. Looking good but feeling bad is mighty hard to do when I'm feeling blue and needing you. Ro-do-do-do-do-do, if I should take an ocean to jump into the ocean, take nobody's business if I do. If I do the church on Sunday and cabaret all day on Monday, take nobody's business if I do. And don't care if they all despise me, but I do. Dragging and then stay up all night tagging. Ain't nobody's business if I do. Ain't nobody's business if I eat 3 turkey dinners and announce as just beginners. Tain't your business, tain't his business, tain't her business, tain't their business. Tain't nobody's business if I do. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da. You must truly be loyal Ambiance fans because we've been to St. Louis so many times, and kind of watching us do the program again is very much like taking castor oil. You know what's going to happen, you just don't know when.
people way up high up there and up around the exit signs? Let's hear you. Are you way up there?
Yeah.
Gives whole new meaning to the term ceiling fans.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Whoa.
You paid to get in. I got in free. Let's remember who we are now.
You know it's a sin to tell a lie. Still you keep saying I love you. I do. It may be true. I wish I knew. But I'm giving fair warning to you, rascal you. Be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie. Millions of hearts have been broken just because these words were spoken.
I love you, yes I do, I love you. If you break my heart, I'll die. So be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie, tell a lie.
Some say that I'm a fool to love you. They say your heart is lying. And I'm so afraid you'll go away, leaving my sad eyes crying. I love you, yes I do, I love you. If you break my heart, I'll die. Just die. So be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell that lie you tell so well. It's a dirty, rotten, shameless, awful sin to tell a lie. Don't make me cry, 'cause if you break my heart, I'll die.
Thank you. For those of you who are not really familiar with the lives and times of Ambiance, I just wanted to introduce the girls to those of you who haven't met us before. To my far right is Shelley Sweet, and Shelley has just, in the past year, moved back from Chicago, moved back into the Bloomington, Illinois area, and Shelley is going into corn country, and Shelley is and Shelley is going back to school. She's this time. She's studying communications, and Shelley has been a student now for 10 years. She's a quick girl. This one is a real quickie. And so she's learning about communications, and in case any of you can't get through to Shelley and communicate with Shelley, you could try to talk to Sandy. Because this is Sandy Wright. She sings baritone, and Sandy is also in the communications field here in St. Louis. And if that doesn't work, I'd give up on us.
We're hopeless, right?
We're hopeless at this point in time. Shelley there's no children at that house. Shelley's single. And she does have an 800 phone number, however, and if you want to meet me later. Okay. And at Sandy's house, there are 3 fantastic teenagers. Well, are they all still teenagers? Or are they?
Well, no, one just turned 20.
20, going on 50, but
Yeah.
he's a good boy.
We're 13.
And we love Gene. And so anyway, there's 3 the little darlings at that house, and then this is Diane Huber, and Diane sings bass, and there's 3 fantastic boys at her house, plus Gary, husband Gary. Oh, there's a husband at this house too. David, what's his name? David Wright, yes. And so David lives there. And at Diane's house, the 3 boys, and then Gary was really neat. Gary went along with the quartet when we went to Sweden. There were 5 of us girls and Gary. He had a real fun time.
Yes, he did.
Particularly after all 5 of us girls had been locked up together for 2 weeks. He was a referee, is what he was. So anyway, and there's 3 boys, so we've got 3, 6. And at my house, there used to be 5 of those little darlings, and we're down to just 1 at home now, and that's my David, my baby. He's 19 and 260 pounds, and he's a real fun child. He gets the newspaper out, and he looks for jobs for me. He found me a real neat apartment the other week. A nice kid. You know, if there's any way to put that little bugger back, he's going back. You moms know what I mean.
Yeah. What is this? Keeping on mischief.
No, we just like to snort right onto a ballad for you, okay? And this tune features our tenor, Shelley Sweet, singing Keeping Out of Mischief.
Don't even go to a movie show if you are not at my side. I just stay home by my radio, but I'm satisfied. All my flirting days are gone. On the level road now, keeping out of mischief now. Really am in love and I'm through playing with fire. Maybe it's you whom I desire. All the world can plainly see. You're the only one for me. I've told them in advance they can't break up our romance. Living up to every vow, keeping out of mischief now. Don't you know I'm keeping out of mischief now? Really am in love and I have told them in advance they can break up our romance. Living up to every vow, keeping out of mischief now. Keeping out of mischief, keeping out of mischief now. Really am in love and keeping out of mischief
What was so fun?
I
Well,
want that one to come home with me. I do too. I like that.
he was a good cheerleader. Hi, Mom. Anyway, the trip to Sweden was a fantastic experience, and the Scandinavian Area Suite Adelines brought us to Sweden, and they treated us truly like royalty. And we saw the entire, in 10 days, country. We saw the entire place. Thank you so much.
I didn't think they'd know what this was.
These people, I'm communicating. They know what I'm talking about.
You're doing
You
good.
didn't have to write everything down, dummy. Jeez. So anyway, so we saw the entire country from the north to the south, and we came, it wasn't that good, north to south. We saw a little on either, you don't care, I'm just going to go on with this anyway. So anyway, we were in Stockholm, and then went to Helsingborg, a little place that looked like on our sheet when we wrote out Nykoping, and it's pronounced Nyköping. And we spent many crowns, many dollars there. We did much for their economy. You'd be so proud of us. I didn't have to keep track of that. My visa people let me know when I get home exactly how much I'd spent in Sweden and how good a time I'd had. And we found that in Sweden, we started taking pictures of all of our marvelous new friends, and we had just a little bit of a communication problem because we'd hold up the camera and we'd say to them, okay, now we want a great big broad smile, okay? And we want you to say cheese. Well, and then you'd hold the camera and they'd say the Swedish word for cheese, which is oost. So we have a whole album full of Swedish people going, oost. So they can smile. So anytime we ask you to smile tonight, you just say, oost. One more time. It feels good. Loosen up. Good. Here we go. And oost. Very nice. So anytime anybody wants any cheese, it's oost, okay? So we're going to take you on into the 30s, and we're going to explain to you a little bit about a rent party. They used to not be able to quite meet the rent back in the Depression, and so they'd have a great big party, and they'd invite all the entertainers in, and everybody'd come in, and they'd play the piano and the horns and have a great time. So Fats Waller and his friend George Gershwin would get together, and they'd sit down on the piano bench together, and they would play, and they'd swap styles, the classical along with the jazz. And so we'd like to just take you back into that rent party, and we'd like to do This Joint is Jumpin'.
They have a new expression along old Harlem way that tells you when a party is 10 times more than gay. To say that things are jumping leaves not a single doubt that everything is in full swing when you hear somebody shout. This joint is jumping, it's really jumping. Come in, cats, and check your hats. I mean, this joint is jumping. The piano's thumping, the dancers bumping. This here spot is more than odd. In fact, the joint is jumping. Just check your weapons at the door. Be sure to pay your quarter. Burn your leather on the floor. Grab anybody's daughter. The room is rocking. The neighbors knocking. We're all bums when the wagon comes. I mean, this joint is jumping.
Yes, sir, honey, you bring in a piano player, and I bet we could roll up this carpet in this place, and we could take St. Louis apart. What do you think? Why don't you get on out and dance? Woman, you're my...
Hey, what did you put in my drink? Is that the soda pop like I asked for? I don't think so. The room is really spinning out.
Hey, which one of you cats didn't pay your quarter to get in here?
Oh, baby, was that you? Well, now let's not worry about little quarter. How about a dance, Dreamboat?
Hey, that is my man you were talking to. Now you leave him alone. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You hustler.
Well, this joint is jumping. It's really jumping. Now every Mose is on his toes. I mean, this joint is jumping. Well, no time for talking. It's time for walking. Well, grab a jug and cut the rug. I mean, this joint is jumping. Just get your pig feet, beer and gin. There's plenty in the kitchen. Who is that just came in? Just look the way he's switching. Don't mind the hour, 'cause I'm in power. Well, I got bail if we're going to jail. I mean, this joint is jumping.
Don't you give that policeman your right name, honey. No, no, no.
Pianos are thumping, the dancers are bumping, the roof is a rocking, the neighbors are knocking. This joint is jumping. This joint is jumping. This jumping joint is going wild. It's going wild. Yes, yes, yes.
Well, along at those rent parties, when the two of them would sit down and they'd swap styles, George Gershwin was such a classy man, and so he wrote so many wonderful, beautiful ballads that had some of Fats Waller's sentimentality built into it. So we'd like to feature our bass singer, Diane Huber, singing
Our love is here to stay.
Our Love is Here to Stay. I'd never had one of those, so it took me a little time to think about it.
Wait up.
And we'll just snort right into this ballad, too.
Thank you so much.
Show them what you're made of, kid.
Right.
Could we maybe do something? No.
No, you're fine.
If you've got anything to do, now's the time.
It's very clear our love is here to stay. Our love is here to stay. Not for a year, but ever and a day. The radio and the telephone and the movies that we know may just be passing fancies, and in time may go. But oh my dear, our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long, long way. In time the Rockies may crumble. never may tumble, they're only made of clay. But our love is here to stay. Our love is here to stay.
I'm really sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you.
I'm sorry. Is this
Yeah, that's what we think it is.
it's what we think it is. We have a very neat arranger by the name of David Wright, who you're familiar with in the St. Louis area. And David many times takes things that are said to him just in jest. He takes them seriously. And so we had said we really wanted something new and different and exciting to sing. And we told him we were bored. So that was a year ago, and he took great offense at that. And he went home, and he looked through many, many wonderful pieces of music, and we had also said we'd love to sing some George Gershwin tunes. So we had mine, nice little lilty-loving tunes, and so David has taken Rhapsody in Blue, and he's taken that instrumental and he's made it a vocal. And he wrote all the fantastic words that you will hear tonight, and they come from the heart and the pen of David Wright, because they're all his recollections of when he came from a very small farming community, tobacco community, into New York City in the Port of Authority, where you get off the bus and nobody in the Port of Authority speaks English. You have no idea where you're going to be or how to get there. And so in all that confusion and all that fear, but yet all that excitement, ladies and gentlemen, we take you to New York from the pen and the heart of David Wright. It's called Rhapsody in New York.
Resounding alive with the jive of this pounding, resounding the song. It's there, the flare from the sound. Hear the sound all around. The brass, the crash, the trash, the sound all around. Hear the the pounding rhythm of the sidewalks and the subways and the avenues and side streets in the heart of New York. New York, New York. Crashing and crash out from the brow saloon. So proudly flaunting its crashing, clashing jumble, a sound I can't forget. Suddenly now, over the clamor I hear a melodious moan like a lone clarinet. A sound so haunting, it's melancholy moaning. It has my soul beset. So gently taunting, the teasing, flirting flutter chimes like a fair coquette. It lures me down on the streets of Woodstock, down on the ground with a gleeful hurry and scurry and flurry, and everywhere they go, jumping and thumping and bumping and dashing to and fro, ambling, rambling, scrambling. I just want to know, what is the person to make of this confusing parade? Why are they marching like ants in a relentless brigade, stepping and stopping and starting as if they must obey some voice above directing their flow? Somehow disturbing uses me so. Simply pounding, resounding alive with the jive of this time. I hear symphony blasting the best in the flare, 'cause the air all around. Can you hear the sound? The music haunts me, the ruckus rocks me.
melodious moaning.
Jazz. Everyone moves along with the rhythm and Blair. Harlem disorders on with a comical flair. And Upper Avenue, rich folks are strutting with their noses in the air. Taxi cabs zig and zag to the beat of Times Square. The pounding rhythm of the sidewalks and the subways and the avenues and side streets in the heart of New York. The bustling and faded pulsing and convulsing in this ocean of commotion is a part of New York, and it's a part of that rhapsody, grand air, the music rising out over this land, feel the music. This jolly jumble is the sound of an orchestra, every New Yorker plays a part. Painted and tainted, 42nd Street lady wants her sexy sway. Up in the Northeast Harlem Chapel, a San Padre kneels to pray. Bumps on the Bowery, lull and dally the day away. And they don't hear the song they play. Dun, 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 dun. Under the avenue, the packed masses rumble along. Hammering, clamoring. Through a dark corridor, the train passes, thundering on. And roaring past the station wall, seedy with graffiti, the deafening noise gets worse. I'm staring at blank faces of all races, and I discover somebody stole my purse.
Boy, I sure hope you had American Express, honey. You should never leave home without it.
Into Grand Central, now the train clatters, opens its doors, and now the crowd scatters like a brigade of marching ants surging out of the ground. Dun, 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 onto a busy corner's mad merging merry-go-round. Dun, 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 I get away into a tall building, into an elevator now filling. Skyward we go up to the top story as I behold Manhattan's grand glory. I hear the sound. I hear a song in every note. Music is there in every subway trains roaring, graceful soaring, carriages flip-flop, pattering and each little sound from every corner in town, it speaks to me. Each sound is like music to me. You see, it's playing this pure rhapsody. I hear the music of the night, rising above the flashing light. I hear the music of the great white way, playing the dazzling glamour of the late night sway. Over the blazing of fear, it's hovering up in the air, the dissonant sound of many songs ascending, mixing and turning into a melody with rhythm and harmony to it. Suddenly there's jazz. The pounding rhythm of the sidewalks and the subways and the avenues and side streets in the heart of New York. I feel it. The bustling, unabated, pulsing and convulsing in this ocean of commotion is a part of New York, and it's a part of that rhapsody, grand air, the music rising out over this land. Feel the music. This driving jumble is a magic and the majesty, the spirit and the splendor of the town of New York.